What's going on, everyone? This is Brew Rise coming to you live with Elder Scrolls Online, and this is going to be a follow-up review on a previous review that I did on Elder Scrolls about maybe 2 weeks ago. And I'm going to be continuing to do these reviews all the way through max level just so I can make sure my reviews stay consistent and nothing changes. To really do a good review, you know, it's nice to have a lot of hours and playtime into it. So my first review, I was only level 13. If you have not seen my first review, I would say go ahead and watch that now before you continue, just because I don't want to ruin any kind of spoilers or anything like that. But now I am level 38. And if you look at my Templar, he has got some red eyes, a little bit of pale skin. What happened to Brew Rise on Elder Scrolls Online? Well, I will tell you what happened. I became a vampire, and I actually chose to become a vampire. You could go out in areas of the map, and there are rare spawns of vampires that will bite you. And if you do not want to become a vampire, you can go to a priest and he will cleanse you. If you do want to become a vampire and want to stay a vampire, you have to go through a quest series of vampirism. It tells you a little bit how vampires became a part into the Elder Scrolls. It's more of a history lesson than anything. It takes about 20 minutes. You got to defeat a couple people, but it's nothing that difficult at all. However, becoming a vampire is very difficult because you don't know where the spawns are and where they're going to be at. I was running around on my horse, you know, forever trying to find out the locations of these blood fiends that you got to find that bite you. But I did get bit. The reason why I got bit, yes, vampires are cool as shit, but the real reason was because I'm going to be doing PvP, and some of the vampire abilities are really good in PvP. They do have a stun ability. The biggest thing is the regeneration of my magicka and stamina, so it's going to help me become, you know, a little bit more stronger. You can also, if you decided, you can become a werewolf as well by getting bit by a werewolf. You can see down on the bottom here it says stage 2 vampirism. There are different stages, and this is not about how to become a vampire, so I'm going to stop talking about it. If you start playing a game and choose to become a vampire, that is something that you can absolutely look into, and I am still looking into it because you do get a couple of debuffs by being a vampire. As you can see, my health regeneration is 25% slower, and I also take 50% more damage from fire. However, my vampire abilities cost 7% less at this state I'm in right now. There are 4 stages, I do know that. The deeper you go into vampirism, the slower your health regeneration goes, and your vampire abilities become less to cost those. So it's kind of a catch-22. There is a cool little spell that you get being a vampire, and you know, you can go like that into a mist form, and you're kind of you take 75% less reduction, and it also does remove you, I think, from snares as well. So that's the main ability I'm going to be keeping on my bar for PvP when I start to go to PvP. Being a vampire, though, you do have to eat. That is one thing that happens to keep your vampirism stages down. You know, some people like it at 4 because their abilities are less. Right now, I do not have, my abilities are not very strong. So I am going to keep it in stage 1, just for the simple fact that I'm going to build up my vampirism a lot. Oh man, I fucked that up. I was trying to eat, and I jacked it up. I'm in just a little quest here. I'm going to get a couple of these barrels. Overall, though, guys, the review is awesome, man. The more I play the Elder Scrolls Online, the better the game, or the better I love this game, you know. Let's see if I can feed on this guy here. So what you do is you sneak up behind him, and he detected me, so I'm not going to be eating anything. Ah, damn it. I had him. But what you do is you sneak up behind them, and I'm still kind of learning the vampirism and sneaking behind them and stuff. It's generally pretty easy though, honestly. I don't generally have this big of a difficult doing it, but I don't know if these guys are just everyone I'm coming up to is detecting me. They may just be. And I have noticed that some classes are easier to come up and detect or bite, and some classes seem to be very easy. So it could just be they have a better stealth detection. But the game Elder Scrolls, guys, I'm serious. Like I said, the more I play it, the more I like it. It's just one of those games that when I first played it, I'm not gonna lie, about through level 8, the game felt it's a different play style. It doesn't feel like anything I've ever felt before when it comes to that guy. Freaking, I'm gonna see if I can go up here. Can't get close to him, man. I get a little bat spell here. A bunch of bats fly around. Shit dies when I pop that. But overall, the game is very, very solid. It's just really cool. So I'm eating this guy right here. Looks pretty cool. I like my face afterwards. Face is all. But I will continue to do these reviews. Like I said, this is level 38. The game seems to be very little bugs. I haven't found any bugs. I've gotten caught on a loading screen once or twice. For the most part, though, the game has been bugless. I have not found really anything beside the loading screen error. And I will tell you another thing. The questing on here is very cool. It's very easy to quest. It's not very difficult. They've got it set up. It's basically, you'd have to be an idiot to not be able to figure some of the quests out. There are lots of puzzles they put in here, and some of the puzzles have been a little challenging. But once you try them a couple times and go through them, I'd always get them. But some of the puzzles are actually pretty cool. Graphics of the game are awesome. I remember playing as a little kid, Dungeons and Dragons. No joke, guys, on my Tandy 1000, and I remember in my head picturing what I wanted it to look like, and I can honestly say this is it. This is exactly how I pictured this, 20 years ago, and games have been coming a long ways. The biggest differences between this and World of Warcraft, besides the graphics and the combat, because the combat it does take a little bit to get used to. Once you get used to it, though, I really do like the combat. It's a very I don't know how to explain it. I thought Star Wars: The Old Republic was very similar to a WoW playstyle. Rift was very similar. WildStar was very similar. Guild Wars 2 was actually different than WoW as far as the combat and stuff. But this does feel more like the combat style feels more, it's just in a class of its own. I really can't explain it. You'd really have to try it out yourself. It does take, I'm not lying though, it does take about 8 to 10 levels to really get comfortable with the combat system, because it is definitely 100% a different feel. I started playing my Nightblade, and when I first started playing my Nightblade, I didn't like him because I thought it was a very clumsy feel. But now that I'm level 11, I think, on him, it seems to be, I've figured out Elder Scrolls' gameplay. And I'm not a master by any means, but I remember when I was playing WoW for, dude, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, probably 2 years, a year and a half before I really figured out the gameplay in World of Warcraft. And I was a lot, less experienced gamer at that time too, so it did take me a little bit, more time. But once you figure something out, you're like, yeah, man, you know, you just feel that much more stronger in combat, and that's kind of the way I'm feeling right now. I did play it for quite some levels now, and the combat to me is very smooth, very crisp,
Greetings.
and I love the special effects of all the moves that you do. You've got so many cool moves that put up so many, you know, that puts up a nice little bubble for you, and there's all kinds of that's a protection barrier that I have, and it only lasts for 6 seconds, but it does damage, and I can cast it over and over again. Part of the reason, because my vampire ability, along with Breton, I get all kinds of regen. So right now, I mean, I've got all this protection in my mana regeneration. My magic is just continuing to go up. So in combat, this does protect for 14. I think it's a shield that protects 14% of my health, 27% of max health, which is very strong. You know, that's a huge protection shield that I can pretty much spam over and over again for 6 seconds, and it does damage while I'm doing it. So very cool spell. It's definitely going to save me in battles, and it has. The special effects on combat are really cool, especially for the sorcerer. I've got a level 17 sorcerer. The special effects on all of the you know, fire magic and just all the magic abilities through the sorcerer just looks freaking badass. I'm not even kidding. But being level 38, overall, guys, I still give this game one of the best MMOs I've ever played, if not the best. The crafting system is amazing. The gameplay is amazing. This is the only game since World of Warcraft where I really just couldn't put the game down, you know. I bought it with very low expectations, to be honest with you. And it has totally 100%, I've done a flip around on it. 100%. It's you know, from my expectations of buying it to you know, now playing it for about a month. It's just been phenomenal with all of everything. Honestly, everything. I did not think I would be playing it 30 days later, to be honest with you. I thought I was going to buy it, use my free month of subscription, test it out, kind of like I did, you know, with some of the other games, try to get the max level in the 30 days, and if I felt like it was going to be good, I would stick with it. And I'm definitely sticking with it. I'm definitely creating other characters. The overall thing for me personally is going to be in the PvP. If the PvP at level 50 is awesome, and the world versus world is awesome, and I've only done a little bit of world versus world, or you know, I'm talking Guild Wars terms, but in Crydale, you know, I've only done a little bit of the PvP. What I have seen has been similar to Guild Wars as to World versus World. It does feel a lot better than Guild Wars, and it also looks a hell of a lot cooler. So I am getting excited to get to level 50 so I can go test it out personally and get my ratings up, and hopefully I get into the battles and just love it. But I'm looking forward to 50. I will probably put out another video here, I would say, when I reach about 45, and then I'll do another one when I hit 50, a little after 50, just so I can continue the, you know, like their reviews. One thing I can say that I wish they would change about the game is, number one, you know, there are lots of quests in the games, and I love the quests. I get really into the questing. Never have been into questing much, but one thing that it has been really cool, or not so cool, sorry, is they use a lot of the same character's voice throughout the quests. And you will do a quest, and then you'll turn it in, get your experience, get your money, get your items, and then after that, you will go to another quest, and it's the same guy's voice, and you're just like, what? Didn't I just talk to you? And it doesn't happen a lot, and I've experienced it in all the MMOs I've ever played. You know, Guild Wars and World of Warcraft. I realize, you know, they have thousands of quests, and it's probably difficult to find voice actors. But if he could disguise his voice or something, maybe it would make it a little bit more interesting. But that would be the one downfall I could say so far is you do hear several of the same voices um, in the quest lines. That being said, though, again, the quests are really, really cool, and the questing is very, very smooth, not glitchy, very easy. They keep you intrigued with the quest because you have decisions, and that's some of the cool things I like. Once you are in a quest line, you know, you will decide people's lives. If they were bad, you know, they come to you and say, hey, should we kill this guy? Should we let him free? You know, they have some cool quests where you can lie about who you are and, you know, steal gold and steal money. And, you know, you can be deceitful if you want to be deceitful to, you know, get a quick gold, or you can be honorable and, you know, you can be honorable and, you know, be honest with them about everything and, you know, tell the truth. But so the questing is pretty cool. You know, it really is. It's you've got some very different, very interesting quests that you will come out throughout the world, and that is, like I said, one of the things I never did like to do was questing. But the biggest thing that really keeps me going is the graphics and the combat and the gameplay. Out, just exploring the world is just awesome because you never know what you're gonna see, and that is the truth. Always keep your eyes open for, you know, hidden chests, and the chests have got some really nice pieces of loot in there. Matter of fact, I found a purple epic in a master chest that I picked, and there was a guy standing right behind me waiting for me to fail. You know, so there's all kinds of really cool, um, you know, just really cool features throughout this whole game. Again, I'm looking forward to level 50, and hopefully when that comes around, I can give you some more insight on Elder Scrolls Online. If you haven't bought Elder Scrolls Online, I'm telling you right now, guys, go buy it. I mean, seriously, it is an awesome game. The world is populated. I see people everywhere, and every single day I see more people in the banks. It is just getting flooded. So I know people are buying Elder Scrolls. It is a very popular game. I think a lot of people are, you know, moving away from some of the other MMOs, and it would not surprise me here in a year that Elder Scrolls doubles its subscription amounts. I think right now they're a little over 1 million, and it really wouldn't surprise me that they, you know, double that. But guys, thanks for watching. I hope everyone enjoyed Thanksgiving, and happy gaming, guys. Dude, we are all gameaholics, man. No matter what your play style is, no matter, you know, what kind of games you play, gamers for life, baby. This is Brewraz saying goodbye. A badass vampire who looks like a boss. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy, and stop by on my part 3. See ya.